Hello. It's really great to have you here. It's really nice to see you. Wow, what a big week of energy. I'm Michelle Morrison. I'm a medium. I'm an intuitive. I love helping people connect with their loved ones on the other side, as well as bringing forward messages about life wherever they're needed. I love connecting to our entire spiritual team and feeling and knowing that support. And boy, do we need it. We really need the support of our spiritual team because it is a big deal to walk through the earth right now in this time. Isn't it something else? This is the week of January 26, 2025. And wherever this is finding you in the scope of time, I think that what is fair to say is that just right now, we're just in really big energy. Hey, do you get like big feelings, like big energy feelings? I don't know. I do. I certainly feel a lot and can maybe, maybe, maybe sometimes more than I would wish. I'm not sure about you. I'd love to hear in the comments about your big feelings if you have them and if you can relate. But I think that right now, for the majority of people on the planet who are alive and have feelings, they can sense that the energy right now is pretty intense. There's a lot happening. I think that there are two ways that we can go with this. And of course, this is nothing new. Spirit has said this many times before, and they're certainly saying it now that really, if we do the long division and we divide it all down, there are two big energies on the planet, love and fear. And when we place our energy on outside circumstances needing to be a certain way or wishing that the outside circumstances could change and then we could be happy, we are absolutely leaning on that fear energy, and we are outsourcing our power and not remembering our own incredible empowered state. When we can find ways that no matter what is going on in the world and whatever it is that we're seeing, even if it isn't maybe what we would choose, that we can find ways within our own being to be to follow our passion and our joy, to do the things that make us happy, to be of service in the world, to be able to be kind and compassionate and caring, then we are leaning on love. And that's a higher vibrational frequency. And in that higher vibrational frequency, this is where all the soul growth and the emotional intelligence and the wisdom, the connection, the intuition lies. And so all the good things kind of happen in this place. And when you are finding yourself deeply challenged or feeling very challenged by the circumstances on the outside, it's okay. It's just an invitation. Come back into the most empowered parts of your being. I think that this is so important. I think sometimes like we can, want to bubble wrap the world to make it feel better for us so that we can walk through it, or to have the outside circumstances be a certain way. I'm not safe, in this time and space. And we actually can find that none of those things are actually true, that we can actually find safety, that we can find um, happiness and growth and connection no matter what. And it's really up to each of us to raise our vibrational frequency. I guess that, for some people, that sounds like boo. I wish there was something easier. I wish it was something a little bit different. And Spirit will always say to you, to me as well, the work is the hack. The work is the hack. You walking through it, you experiencing these feelings, you acknowledging these feelings, you looking for solutions and creativity and presence and gratitude. That is the hack, because it is the work. And so my invitation to each of you this week is to be authentic within your own being. If you are sad about outside circumstances, acknowledge it. That's where you are. But then 2.0 it and look for ways that you can be present in what you have and looking for the things that are actually important. I think our imaginations are amazing. We have this incredible ability to imagine all kinds of things and outcomes. And I think that we can imagine, it's easier for us to imagine how hard or bad something can be as opposed to how good something it could be. So Spirit will always say, can you imagine the best possible outcome? Can you imagine the best possible thing that could happen in this time and space? Can you see for yourself the absolute best as opposed to all the things that are the worst? Maybe our brains are hardwired that way. Maybe it's egoic. I'm not really sure. But I want to invite you this week to think, how good could this get? How good could this actually get? Because when we do that, and you are doing it, and I am doing it, and you are doing it, and there are more of us in this space, we're actually going to create a momentum that changes the shift in the narrative of we're all going to hell in a handbasket, or, we're all in trouble, or that kind of thing. We're going to shift and change that narrative. And I want you to remember that it starts with you. So even if you see people doing something a little bit different around you, it's okay. Stay in your lane, stay in your focus of how good can this get? And I really believe that so much more love and power and beauty lies there. And your own ability to connect to your intuition, your own inner wisdom, your own emotional intelligence is going to absolutely shine through that energy and shift you into a completely different reality than everybody else may be experiencing on the planet. So let's do that together. Let's shift into a higher vibrational frequency. Let's hold the space there. Let's experience and walk through this time of rebirth on the planet, because that's really what it is. It really is a time of rebirth. And let's walk through that in a higher vibrational frequency. And in that way, we can share light. We can see the change that we want to see, and we can find one another. We can absolutely find other lights in the world. And so I think that would be absolutely beautiful for you to remember. Spirit always says, you forget your power. You forget that no one is holding power over you, that you are the one who is actually powerful. And so if you take one thing away from today, I hope it is that. It is the remembering of your light, your power, and your ability to affect positive change in the ways that you want to do it, just by being you in your little corner of the planet, just you being the beautiful light that you are. You're doing enough. And so I'm just so happy that we are here and that we have each other and that we're doing this together. I'm going to get to some readings from a few clients, a few people this week who have sent messages in. If you want to send your own message in, I would love for you to join me on social media. You can DM me your video under 1 minute. I love to be able to see so I can read the energy as I do see energy and auras and understand it that way. And so that's my invitation for you if you're interested in participating. But let's get to our first message.
Hi, Michelle. This is Wendy. My question is, should we be relocating in the year 2025? We've talked about it. We're feeling that we need guidance as to which direction to go. We have looked at many areas. So just looking for guidance on that. And if it's something we should consider this year or maybe down the road. Thanks.
Hi, Wendy. Thank you so much for this message. I'm just so grateful that you asked and shared. When I look at your energy and your aura, I feel like in so many ways that you might be feeling afraid to make a mistake somehow. And so maybe there's something in your past where you were hard on yourself, or thinking that you made the wrong choice, or that you somehow are unsure of your own self. What I want to remind you again, we just talked about this, but Wendy, want to remind you of your own power. Typically, when clients ask this type of question, they've already made up their mind and they just want confirmation that they're on the right track. What I will say to you, Wendy, is this period of your life. Oh my gosh, your mom just sits on your left side of your shoulder, just an FYI. She's just sitting there, which is really, really sweet. And she's very butterfly energy right now, actually like hummingbird energy, like lots of vivid colors. It's really, really beautiful and pretty. I want you to watch for the image of hummingbirds and butterflies in particular. They are being sent from your mom. Before you going into this period of your life, Wendy, this is all about lifestyle. I really get that this period of time in your life is all about lifestyle and joy. And so allowing yourself to experience and have a lifestyle that brings you a lot of joy and perhaps maybe a little bit more ease. And so I'm not sure if like that means that where you are right now comes with a little bit more responsibility, and that you're looking for something that just brings a little bit more ease, but it's really just about supporting your lifestyle and how you want to, what kinds of things you like to do recreationally, that kind of thing. And easier access is the other thing that is coming forward. So what is the right thing for you at this phase? I don't think you can go wrong. I think if you stay where you're at for a little bit longer, you're good. And I feel like if you move, you're good. So I think that the question back to you would be, what do you actually really want? Because that's what you need. So instead of feeling like you could make the wrong choice, or that you could potentially be punished, or that there could be some negative repercussion, I think that for you, move ahead in terms of just following your joy more than any other thing. And moving ahead feeling like I can't make a wrong mistake, that I'm supported and cared for, any which way this goes. I think for you, that's exceptionally true. And I think that's really important to remember. And so don't overthink it too much. Go from the head to the heart, come into the heart space. And what does the heart really want? This move for you, like the decision is a better way to say it. This decision for you is all about you coming from the heart space, and absolutely not so much the thinking here, but what is right, what is following your heart. And in that, you just can't go wrong. So Wendy, absolutely wishing exciting things for you as you get into this new phase in your life, and that you embrace it with all of your heart and your being. Thank you so much, Wendy. Okay, let's go to the next message.
I'm Michelle. My name is Shannon. I live in the San Francisco Bay Area. I noticed that my anxiety is very high since the presidential election. As a federal employee, so I am concerned about what the incoming administration is going to do, and how do I keep up with current events and not stress myself out.
Okay.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Oh my gosh. How do we keep up with current events and not stress ourselves out? Shannon from the US, thank you so much for sending me this message and taking the time to do that. And we spoke a little bit about at the beginning of this video about how important it is for us not to rely on outside changes to be happy. When I look at your energy and aura, I don't get that you're unhappy at all. Actually, I do get the worry and the fear, and I do get fear around change. And I think that's really normal. I think you could have a million people hold their hands up and say, we're afraid of change also, and that's okay. What I'll just say briefly about Trump without making any political statements here, he is a very disruptor energy, no two ways about it. And he is coming in to disrupt the energy and to change the flow of things. And so what we know, things are going to change. I'm not saying that, everything is, right or, but spirit is less about this is good and this is bad and more about how do we evolve and grow. So, change is on the way. That's absolutely 100% true. It is for everybody, whether you live in the US or you live in Canada or the UK or you live in Europe, wherever you are in the world, change is on the way. There's no getting around that. But ultimately, remember that the change that is coming, even if it's uncomfortable just for the period of time that we're going through it, it's not going to stay that way. It's actually going to bring change that's going to bring us back into a place of greater equilibrium, greater harmony, and much less like disparity. And so that is coming, but it's not going to happen overnight. It is going to take change. When I see your energy, do not place too much worry on things that you don't know anything about just yet. So not all of the chips have fallen, so to speak. Like not all the cards are being shown. Do not worry about what isn't there. Right now, you're okay. And you have in and around you a beautiful life and family and friends and community that you love. Dwell there. Absolutely place your energy there. I would also say to you that take this time to really get into your own passions and what really inspires you and makes you feel really good. Spend more time there than current events. So of course, we're going to be aware. We absolutely are going to have awareness of what's going on in the outside world. Do not check in all the time. You don't need to. You just simply don't. And do not place your energy there or outsource your power by giving so much energy to it. Just want to remind you that where your attention goes, energy flows. So we really want to place attention on the places that are going to bring a better flow of energy for you. I don't feel like you in particular, for whatever reason, are completely at risk. I feel like maybe there may be some shifting or changing at the career space, but not like a total and utter risk for you. So let's not bring that part into your worry. Do feel that this is part of your awakening, Shannon. And I can see that you've already gone through levels of it already, and I think it's going to happen deeper. So it may trigger a little bit deeper intuition for you. And creativity for you is really huge as well. So that's really, really cool. So come into your creative self, come into your intuitive self, be present, be in your life and what you've created and what you are still creating that is so beautiful. And change will happen, but you're going to be able to really easier and better navigate that as it does. And you don't need to be drawn into the drama of all of the worry, that is going to be happening around you. I want to say that your free will, this is for everybody. You have free will. And your free will is like a foundational law of the universe. So we say this to clients, spirit must abide by your wishes. So for example, they'll say, oh, do you ever get inundated by visitors? And I'm like, well, sure, I get visitors, but I also have my wishes are kind of the command. And so if I'm not in a space where I want to receive loved ones from the other side, I can just say not now, or I'll talk to you in an hour when the client arrives, or, I have the say and so do you. So whatever your free will is, you absolutely have that. And, as soon as we let go of the illusion that we are controlled by outside circumstances and that we are controlled by those outside things being a certain way for us, we're going to find our power and our strength. And we're going to this is what is going to change the world. It literally is. And so what is going to bring this about? the feeling that we don't have control. And as those feelings are increasing within you, if that is what you are finding, then this is your awakening to remember that that's all an illusion and that you actually are the one very, very much in control of your own energy. So where your attention goes, energy will flow. So put your attention where you want energy to flow. And so if you want to see a kinder world, put your attention to kinder things. And then the other thing is to embody what it is that you want to see. So we can't say we want to see a kinder world and then say something unkind online, or we've got to be able to walk our talk and to absolutely be that being that you want to see more of in the world. And as you are, without conversation, you invite others into that space. You invite others to remember their power and their ability to influence positivity. It really, really is amazing. Fear will always make the most noise. It needs to. It needs the clickbait energy where love doesn't. Always remember that, so that you are bringing yourself back to those places. We cross over all the time. We go back and forth all the time. And I think, in spirituality, don't think that you have to be like, having flower petals and throwing them from a basket and skipping along. Your authenticity is so much more important than that, because it's constantly informing you, giving you information, reminding you who you are, and allowing you to be that beautiful thing that you are in the universe. So what I mean by that is you, the being of who you are, is as unique as your thumbprint. It is as unique as there's nothing else like it in the planet. There's nothing else with exactly your thumbprint. It is just unique to you. That's how spectacular and amazing you are. And what the universe says is, we need you. We need it all. We need all of these beautiful things together that create this amazing tapestry. And it is how we experience our growth. It is how we experiencing up-leveling in our soul journey, in our human journey. We need it all. So don't ever doubt that, and don't ever think that you are not important, because you really, really are. You have done amazing things in your life already. You've overcome incredible obstacles. You have found ways to pivot and to change. You have found ways to get through something you never thought you would have been able to. It has been prepping you this entire time for this beautiful rebirth that is happening on the planet right now, this beautiful awakening. And so trust in who you are. Trust in your own strength, your courage, and your ability to not only overcome, but to really thrive. Trust in that. And trust that anything that is happening outside in the world, it's all just a drama. It's not really real. What is real is the love that you have within you, the light that you have within you, and no outside circumstances can extinguish that if you don't agree to it. So don't agree. Own your light. Own that love. Remember the truth of who you really are, and be that no matter what is happening. I love you so much. I am so grateful that you have spent this time with me. I'm wishing you an absolutely beautiful week, and I look forward to connecting again next week. Until next time, only love and light to you, and only love and light from you.